The theory of constitutional nullification has roots in the very earliest days of our constitutional republic. Both Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of Independence, and James Madison, considered the father of the Constitution, argued for the right of a state to interpret and nullify federal laws when they exceeded constitutionally delegated powers. The theory has been repeatedly struck down, but at the same time has been repeatedly invoked to justify a state's rejection of federal law, most famously by the southern states as the justification for secession. Nullification is alive and well today in the guise of sanctuary jurisdictions, states, cities, and counties which declare certain federal laws invalid within their authority. The U.S. Representative Tom McClintock rightly made the connection. Though nullification did not lead to war in 1832, it did in 1861 and could do so in the future. Now, we will now address the question whether the American Civil War fulfilled the revelation and prophecy on war. The LDS Church has consistently taught that the American Civil War of 1861 to 1865 fulfilled Joseph Smith's prophecy and revelation on war, recorded in Section 87 of the Doctrine and Covenants. The Church History Teacher's Manual, for example, declares that the prophet Joseph Smith foretold the Civil War. The Gospel Doctrine Teacher's Manual makes the same claim. The Church's series, Revelations in Context, describes the war between North and South as a fulfillment of the prophecy in Section 87. In 2002, the Church produced a video about the prophecy as part of its Doctrine and Covenant stories.
Chapter 30, A Revelation About War, December 25th, 1832. Many people were being baptized into the church. The gospel made them happy, but they were worried about things that were happening in the world. Earthquakes and wars were happening in many places. Sad things were also happening in the United States. Some people didn't want to be part of the country. They wanted to have their own leaders. On Christmas Day, 1832, Jesus gave Joseph Smith a revelation about war. Jesus said the people in the United States would fight against each other in a war. This prophecy was fulfilled when the American Civil War started about 30 years later. Jesus also revealed that there would be wars in all other parts of the world. Many people would die. There would be terrible sadness. Jesus said the saints should be faithful during these hard times. Joseph Smith was sad to know there would be so many wars. He knew that if people would obey God's commandments, they wouldn't fight and have war.